Okay, now in this section, I am going to use the mood board mock-up imagery that we created, and I'm going to quickly sketch out the or rough out the mural image. So I'm using Draw Island, but you can use paper, pencil, Photoshop, whatever you want. I'm just kind of doing this just to kind of show you, and it's quick and easy. So I'm going to go back to our little image that we created. And what I want to do is I want to bring in this tail feather and this hand. I want to use those as kind of opposites. And I also want to incorporate this eagle head, kind of like this eagle head right here, this circular human face. I want to incorporate that. And I also want to incorporate these kind of finger-like feathers into the imagery as well. I want to make some image like this the center point, a bear catching a fish. And, and I want to have this kind of this energy that's kind of in this picture, the black, the color, infusion of color, but that striking black color, creating that linear movement. So I want to kind of capture all this. So first and foremost, I am going to create an area that approximates our mural. Okay, so we've got this here. So now what I want to do is I want to go in here and actually draw. So I think I want to have some kind of a circular motion going on here. I didn't want to do that. Circular motion. Okay. And I want to have that same deal here, except I want to have like an eye, almost like a CBS type eye. Okay. Now again, this isn't totally 100%, but I'm just sketching out here. I'm just mocking up what I want. So here I think what I want to do is I want to do something with a face, kind of how like we had that circular face there. I kind of like that aspect. All right. And so here, I think I want to bring in something with like a tail feather. Okay, I kind of like that. Right, so we had our tail feathers. And then I also like the way we had this here. I like this, but I want that hand, but I want it to be opposite. So I think I want to incorporate like a hand that kind of looks like a wing. So let's try something like that here. And again, I know that looks weird, but we're just mocking it up here. So I kind of like, we've got an eye, a human hand, but it's going to act like a wing. We've got our tail feather. And I think here what I would like to do is just have some kind of, right now I'm not quite sure, but I want to have some things on the side here that maybe kind of frame up the image. Some maybe lines here. Maybe bring in some stars. Have a star in there. That's part of the thing that we had going on. So some stars, tail feather. Bring in some lines there. And then for the face, I kind of like this here, the eye. So I kind of want to have something like that in here. But again, we're just mocking up. Okay, we're not trying to win an art contest here. We're just mocking up. And then, I like that overall kind of, stylized pattern. So we want to have some stylized patterns here. Maybe something in, and see what I'm doing here is I'm kind of filling in space. Okay, filling in things. So we're going to create, we're going to fill in this space, but we also want to not have things too cluttered. Okay, so let me go in here. I want to kind of capture this. So, and again, this is ultra rough, but if I have something very stylized here. So I've got a bear. Maybe I've got like a claw here. And what I want to do is I want to use, I'm going to like fill things in black to make it a little more distinct. But this gives you a kind of a way how we're going to build this image. So from here, maybe we have like a fish. So like the bear is kind of engulfed. He's kind of about to grab the fish. Okay. And so from here, I want to just incorporate the birds in here. The bird head, kind of this open beak. From here, I want to incorporate the bird's head, the open beaks. So what we need to do now is just kind of mock up, okay, about where would the birds be. So if I have a bird head here, a bird head here, possibly a bird head here. Okay, so we have that here. And then the rest of this area we can use to maybe put in a moon, put in some stars. Maybe we've got, alternating blue colors for the stream. And maybe up here what we do is we do something with alternating orange-like colors for maybe the day. So maybe, this is our day section and this is our night section of the mural, right? And we've got our man section and we've got the bird section right here. And we've got kind of our action here, right? We've got, this bear catching a fish. Right here we've got our hand, but it's going to be in the shape of a feather, or of a wing, so to speak. It's going to be incorporated like a wing. We've got an eye right here, and then we've got kind of a tail feather right here. Okay. So from here, we're going to use kind of these areas right here to kind of fill in, like right here, maybe, I think maybe I want to put some starfish. That's kind of out of left field, but we've got, you know, water. So we're going to stay with kind of this water theme right here. Okay. And then I think I'll continue the sky with some alternating blues, maybe some purple like clouds, something of that nature. Right. So I think right here we've got a good idea of kind of what I want to do. I think what I need to do. I think right in this area I'll have like stars, and then I'll probably just play with the lines to fill this area in. I also want to add detail. So like, for instance, the way you see the detail in this wing, I want to have detail in this wing slash hand, right? So I think when I do the final mock-up, and that's ugly there, but I'm going to use that to infuse color, and I think I'm going to do the same thing over here to infuse color. And then in this face, I think I'm really probably going to cut it up a little bit more with oranges and blacks. And then in this bear's face, I want to include some subtle details. And the same thing with the fish. Like, one of the things I noticed in this form of Native American art, how they kind of handle the eyes, and I really like how that looks. We've got these eyes, how they kind of make them pop out with color and kind of negative design space. So I think I'm going to do that same thing for all the eyes. And like, for instance, right here with the bear, maybe I can have the nails pop out, and then the pads of the feet pop out as well. And I could do the same thing here with a pad. So I know this looks like extremely rough, but from here we kind of isolated our imagery. This is like, a guideline, a layout. So we've got our hand acting as a wing, an eye, kind of human yet part of nature as the bird's wing. We've got our three eagles, hawks, seahawks, birds, whatever you want. We've got our action, the bear catching the fish, and we've got this night going here with the moon, stars, a continuation of stars. We've got day. I'm going to make this a vibrant energy, light, alternating oranges, reds. Down here we've got our water. These are going to be cool, alternating blue colors. Starfish. Just kind of some design elements right here. We're going to have our human face. And I'm really going to try to stylize this. And we've got our tail feathers here. And just kind of a design, really designed out to kind of add some balance here. So we're just going to tie in man and nature. And this is just a way to pull out some of this quick imagery. Now again, you can see how polished this work looks, and this is what we're going to do in the next step of the design. But right now we've got to get kind of our game plan, kind of like when you watch a football game and the coach is laying out squiggly lines. That's what this is right here.